Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo and we are live. Yeah, I am just giving this a try. I think let's take a test here. I want to talk a little bit about wow. Okay, so I can see the chat. This is the first time I've done this, so bear with me. I want to talk about the new regional headquarters that Ripple has chosen to locate in, and that is in the UAE, Dubai. And it is interesting that United Arab Emirates, they border Oman and Saudi Arabia. They have maritime borders in the Persian Gulf. It's made up of 7 different emirates governed by a ruler, and then together they formed a Supreme Council that serve the head of state, which is elected every 5 years. And I think this global view, which it's terrible. I don't know how to share my screen on this one, but I'm going to figure that out. This is kind of a test for what I want to do in the future. Oh, I see Craig Heaton. Yeah, Chibi's right there. Can you see him? He's over my shoulder. There he is. I've got all 4 kitties in here right now. Momo's behind my laptop. Bibi's on the chair, and I think she's in front of the heater. So anyway, it's so nice to do these lives. I think, yeah, this is something I've wanted to do for a while and just haven't really done it because it's stepping out of a comfort zone. You get used to being in front of the camera on a taped basis, but you don't always necessarily find yourself comfortable in a live stream. So I'm giving it a shot. No promises that I can continue, but I will give it a try. The reason why I want to talk about this new global regional center in Dubai for Ripple is because I did a little bit of research, and it is quite interesting. The company Ripple first started to get its feet wet. Early 2019, we saw that Ripple Drop episode number 12, where Reinhard Kate was in Dubai, and we heard from Dilip Rao, who has now since, of course, retired and gone to Australia, but he is still in the space. I know he's all doing a lot of advisory work right now. No doubt still has a little bit of a helping hand, I would imagine, for Ripple. So this region of Dubai is really interesting because it is serving not only the Middle East and Northern Africa, but also Southern Asia. So it's a very, very big region that they're calling MESA, MEASA. And I think when you look at what they've done in this very interesting compound that has now granting different types of licenses, and one of which is a license for people in the financial sector and banking sector. They are able to go without any tax, so it's a tax-free zone, and they can repatriate their profits with ease, and it's all dollar denominated, this place that has been set up for that regional center, which is called the Dubai International Financial Center. It's very interesting because, it was first launched in 2004, I believe. The whole region has a lot of free zones, but this one in particular is very interesting. The person who's leading it is Arif Amiri. He is the CEO of the DIFC. And I think you might have seen a picture with he and Naveen Gupta pictured. A lot of that went viral on Twitter. And I think that the companies are able to scale with this new license that just started in January 2020, but also too, it is governed under English common law based for the regulatory framework. So the banking services, insurance sector, asset managers, the global professionals, there's more than 2,000 who are located in this now DIFC free zone. And Dubai, being the largest city in the UAE, is going to, I think, be the leading financial hub for the Middle East, for Northern Africa, and for South Asia. It is, yes, something they established in 2004. So I think that when you see the companies who are there, and especially now since this Mr. Amidi has a vision to create a clustering of like minds, and since he oversees the strategic and operational functions, he has been in that position for 5 years, and he brings 8 years of his banking experience as a senior institutional banking manager at HSBC. I think he's the perfect person to lead this. And the fact that the regional hub for Ripple is Dubai puts them shoulder to shoulder with people who are making the future of fintech, right? You don't want to be on an island all by yourself. This DIFC, they just invested into 4 different startups, 3 of which are really in that key sector that Ripple is focusing on. The company FlexPay is one, and there's Now Money, which does payroll services. There's GoRise. I love that company. It's providing millions of financial products and services to global migrants. So the point is, you want to be with like-minded people. You want to be with innovators, shoulder to shoulder. You might even get lucky and have an acqui-hire, right? But it's a way to build synergy. And we know that building synergy is so important, as we have seen Mr. Kitao do so well. He's a master at it. And I think it's important to stay competitive. You have to stay competitive. And in doing that competitive strength, you have to be surrounded by people who are also working to be leaders in that space. There's another point I wanted to bring up, and that is the Central Bank of the UAE issued a new regulation on November 11th, and it is an SVF, which is a stored value facilities. Yeah, and it's a milestone because it's going to enable the use of digital products and services. It holds a regulatory environment for these digital monies that are going to be held in phones, in e-wallets, and other devices. It makes it easier for fintech firms and non-bank payment providers to have this really easy on-ramp to the marketplace. So it's a big step for securing not only the UAE, but Dubai as the international financial center, especially when it comes to payments. All right, I'm going to just take a couple of questions, and this is just my first time to live stream, and so I wanted to see if there was anything in here that we could talk about. And the reason why I have to tell you that one of the reasons why I decided to live stream is because a live stream is also a place that you can learn in a dynamic way. The engagement that not just I can have with people who are in the live chat, but the engagement that people have among themselves in a live chat is so valuable. And so I think that sometimes a static comment box on a YouTube video is just that. It's very static, and it doesn't necessarily have the same value as a live stream has. So if you want to tag me at Crypto Eri, I'll take a look at any question you might have, and I can't promise that I can give you the best answer, but I will at least give it a try here. So I'll just kind of browse the chat and see if there's anything that comes up that looks interesting. People are just, I think, surprised for the most part. I see a lot of like, oh my gosh, streaming. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't want to waste anybody's time. So if you have a question that might be in regards to the new financial hub in Dubai, I've done a lot of research today. I'll be glad to answer any question that you might have in that regards, but I won't be able to see it unless you tag me, because there's just a lot to keep up on when the thoughts on Cred bankruptcy. Yeah, what a shame. That is well, my immediate thought was that is one of the entities that were going to provide the Spark token for XRP holders. And that is just, that's a real shame to lose them for that. And I worry for everybody who has any sort of asset tied up in there. I'm very well aware from being in Japan during the Mt. Gox and also CoinCheck. CoinCheck was really torturous, because the resolution, which finally came from the Monex group who took over, did reimburse everybody, but there was uncertainty for months of what was going to happen. So yeah, it's just terrible. This space is still has a lot of risk to it, so you have to be so careful, especially when you are it's a black eye for DeFi. Yeah, DeFi is new, so there's going to be a lot of details to be had still in working out all the kinks for DeFi. All right, here is a question. Can you mod for possible future streams? Yeah, it's possible, but this is my first one. I really don't know if I'm going to continue. I think I might, because I'm looking again to provide a little bit more value for the community to engage, not only with me, but with each other, and talk about current subjects. And I think the live is something that has a real value to it. Yeah, I really do. All right, so I'm watching from Uganda. Oh, that's just great. That's just wonderful. It just reminds me how global we are in these days. Okay, so what are your thoughts about XRP movement to the Middle East? And well, they had an office in Dubai already. It's just now they are going to use this Dubai Financial Center, this kind of compound that gives a special regulatory clarity. It gives them special tax benefits. It gives them the structure that is more Western in terms of its legal framework, and it's a financial hub. And boy, I have the very best video that's just about 4 minutes long, which I haven't been able to figure out how to do live stream and show you that video both at the same time. But what I will do is I'll upload it separately for you, so you can see how really innovative this part of Dubai is, and how it is a free zone that I think is going to be really, really successful. Do I think that SBI's move to test XRP in the Forex is going to increase the value substantially if successful? Okay, so I have a very strong opinion on this. If that test that FX coin is going to facilitate works, and I can't imagine why it wouldn't, it allows for the money to be not necessarily like MUFG, which is the largest bank in Japan right now, consolidates a lot of those smaller payments into one big payment to save on remittances. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow companies to be able to send small payments, because that's where the value is for Ripple, is in these low value payments. With their technology, they don't have to batch all those big payments to save. They can send a little payment at a time. So will they be successful? Yeah, I can't imagine why not. So if they are, and it does work, then of course they'll have the means to bring on a lot more users of the technology. And anytime that XRP is utilized as a real financial digital asset, a tool, it's going to have an impact. The utility has an impact on the supply, and supply has a direct impact on the demand, and the demand has a direct impact on the price. So a long answer to your question is, do I think that it'll be successful? Oh, thank you so much for the nagasen is what we call it, throwing coins in Japanese. Thank you so much for the tip. I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, so SBI's test. Yeah, I think it'll have an impact if it's successful. And do I think it's going to be successful? Yes, I do think it's successful. I think that Mr. Kitao is one of those people who really is confident in that XRP is going to solve a real problem, and he can provide a solution. So no question here. Oh, thank you so much. This is Clowning 76. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And then XLM being used as a stable coin for USDC. Well, USDC is the stable coin that's going to use the Stellar network. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I did a lot of research. And XLM is, every time there's a transaction on the Stellar network, a little bit of XLM is burned, or not burned, that's not the right word, but is well, I guess, yeah, you could say burned. So, anytime the Stellar Network platform is being used, it's a positive thing for XLM. But I wouldn't necessarily say XLM is going to be a stable coin. That's not really the case. It's one of the tools that's used on the platform. And could this happen to XRP? No, I don't think so, because XRP is not pegged to anything, so it's not going to be a stable coin. And the retail speculators, of course, have a impact on the price, and then also the utility has an impact on, as I said, the supply, which has a direct impact on the demand, which of course has an impact on the price. So no, I don't ever see XRP being even close to a stable coin. All right, let me go down just a little bit more. Let's see. Thoughts on Flare, Spark, distribution safe? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not worried about it at all. You can also see in the third quarter report from Ripple that the Flare Spark distribution was mentioned. This is something that is completely been recognized by by the company Ripple. It's not on the outside. Now, when you say, is it 100% safe? Well, in this space, just to be honest with you, I mean, there is risk always in everything. There's that's just the way this space is. But am I going to claim my tokens? Absolutely, 100% for sure, without a doubt. And yeah, I'm going to make all of my XRP available. So I'm not holding back at all. I am going to spread that out on a couple of different ways to claim, so I don't have all my eggs in one basket. But I think those people who are a little unsure, it's okay. I don't want to try to change your mind if you're not sure about it. But I can tell you that I am not holding back at all. I am definitely going to participate. The main reason why I want to participate, to tell you the truth, is I want to add to liquidity. You know, that's the reason why I subscribe to Coil. It's the reason why I upload my videos on Cinnamon. It's the reason why I'm going to really get involved in a project that's built on the XRP ledger that utilizes the digital asset XRP, because I saw it as a way to build liquidity. And liquidity is one of the main hurdles that XRP has right now in getting those corridors to function properly with ODL. So I know I'm just one little tiny person. I have said this before, but if you think that you are part of the greater whole, and just like we saw in voting, and I'm not getting into politics, but some people say, oh, why should I vote? I'm only one person, and so my vote doesn't really count. Well, when you look at the votes as a whole, yeah, it really does count. So I feel responsible as a person who wants to see XRP responsible and successful. I see it as my part to participate in that claiming of the Spark token, because it's going to eventually add to XRP's liquidity. Okay, I see. Oops, let's see. Oh, thank you, Stack and Zerps. Woohoo! I appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Would you consider the 6.5 trillion test by SBI to make or break for XP? No, it's not a make or break. I think that because Mr. Kitao invested in FX coin along with Sumitomo, by the way, which is huge. Because he invested in that project more than a year ago, these plans have been in the works. This is something that is part of the grand scheme, and this is not an overnight, last-minute Hail Mary pass, as we say in football, right? This is something that has been planned and that has been worked on, and the timing has been worked on, and yeah, so no, it's not. I don't see it as a last ditch effort to make or break anything. Not at all. I see this as a very strategic, methodical step forward to making the whole ecosystem work, and XRP being used as a real digital asset that solves this liquidity problem that is everywhere. I mean, with the FX solution, and this is for swaps, right? This is over half of the transactions in that $6.5 trillion. Over half of the transactions are done right now in swaps. And if you can drive down costs 20 to 30%, which is, I think that's what is in print, and I think it's a very conservative amount. If you are going to be able to shave that kind of money off of those swaps in that big of a space, that's a huge amount of money. That's really saying something. So I think that it has a great promise. All right, so I'll go down here a little bit. Yes, hello to you. Also, I'm sorry if it's really annoying to have me read the chat and go at the same time, but I don't know any other way to do this. Yeah, I'm going to get better at this. Don't worry. This is definitely a first, and just bear with me if I make any mistakes. So how many times do I think XRP will shine on the big scheme? 5 to 10 years. How many time do you think? How many? Maybe you mean to say how much time do I think XRP will shine on the big scheme? Gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't really quite understand that question. So, okay, so no other questions? Well, I want to say hi to all of you. But yeah, it's something that's a little bit, Blockchain Monkeys. If you haven't heard his song that he wrote and sings for this community, it is a classic. Yeah. So, okay. So I think maybe that's all for tonight. This is about 11:15 p.m. my time. And oh, there you are. And I don't really see any other questions, but I definitely wanted to use this. Yeah, that song is fire, isn't it? I wanted to use this chance. Whoa, it's starting to go really fast here. So will you hold your Spark, or will you do, or when they do the drop, or will you exchange it for XRP? Well, you don't exchange it for XRP. You make your XRP available to get the Spark token, and then we'll have a little bit of time to be able to make it work for a smart contract, and you don't lose your XRP. So I think that there's so much information out there, and there's so many great videos, and I have, yeah, you really probably won't use this video to go into that, but there's all that information is really out there. Thank you so much for the live chats. The Nagasen, that's I don't know what I guess it's a live chat in English. And you saw my question about how you answered me privately. You saw my question about, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to, maybe you sent me something on a direct mail on Twitter, maybe. And then anything else? Let's see. Okay, well, whoa, Mr. Munch. Wow, that's just so amazing. I'm not really doing well. I'm not going to complain, but the reason really I wanted to do this is to provide a means to start an engagement, just not with me, but also for people within the chat who are learning, because I know that was one of the ways I learned the most, actually, is when I watched live streams and the chats occur back in 2017. That's really how I got my level up quickly, was reading the live chats to a lot of people who were streaming at that time, some of which, like Data Dash, I don't even think he streams anymore. And oh, there's so many who were streaming but don't stream anymore. And what do I think about the court case being pushed to 2023? Yeah, wow, what is that? What do I think? I wish we had clarity for that issue that is out there sooner. That just seems crazy, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm just, yeah, I just shake my head, because that just seems like unbelievable amount of time. And why does XRP need US clarity? Okay, this is a great question. Why do they need US clarity when they roll? Okay. I have explained this in a couple of videos, but let me tell you, when a company is working in a regulated space, then the other companies who are also in regulated spaces feel much more comfortable to do business with them in a way that utilizes the digital asset XRP. So if you take like Singapore, for example, or Japan, or Vietnam, or Thailand, that have all really worked on a fast basis to get regulation, they hold themselves back to actually utilize the full suite offering from Ripple, because Ripple's in a country that the clarity is not clear. And so they don't want to find themselves getting involved with a company that might get in big trouble from their local regulation, from the local regulators, which is the SEC basically now. I mean, Brian Brooks is a great voice, and he is a great supporter, but the buck is really going to stop with the SEC, and possibly, more than likely, we're going to see a change with that position because of the change in presidency. And so we have to really hope that there is some new clarity for the United States. But should Ripple decide to go to a regulated space that looks like, gosh, I can't wait for you to see that video that I saw on the new financial center, this city within a city that's in Dubai, with the gentleman, Mr. Ahmedi, who is leading it for like 2,500 big financial companies around the world. When they are operating as a global company with headquarters in a clear regulatory format, all those other countries that have the clarity are going to feel comfortable to work with them. So they don't want to hold back the business anymore. They don't want to slow down. I think that they have totally, the patience are wearing thin for slowing down the company. And really, when you look at the big picture of what Ripple and the vision is trying to do, they really need to get going with ODL, because it is really what differentiates the company from the rest of the tech out there. They have this digital asset, which is completely free of any regional political, geopolitical position. So it can work outside of walled gardens, and it has the capability to transfer that value without any restrictions. And so, yeah, that's why. That is why. Okay, I think we're to the end, right? So thank you, Chad B. I really, really appreciate it. So everyone, thank you for making this. Greetings from Holland. Hello, Holland. Yeah. When start PolySign? Well, I'm going to guess very soon. I would imagine very soon. So anyway, thank you everyone for making this very first live stream as clumsy as it was. It was fun to do, and I really, really appreciate it. And I'll come up with some format that works well in the future to do more of these. So yeah, thanks so much. Okay, sayonara for now. Bye-bye.